This executive sir. Any party members are A2 Galamsey no. Some don't switch MPP for no more.
Government can never stop
Captain Smart say a year Galamsey na ekoso no. Okachuku ese enkanche mu say NDC executive say A2 no. Enya asem ketwa. Ana Inshira FM journalist a ye friend Nana Jantuah Captain Smart so no ye blogger. Ono so atim a wodi hu nkomo a enya asem ketwa. Na mebo ayiwe Sam George o hefa. Anya akwawe akwawe.
What country are we living in, Randy? Okay. What kind of country are we living in?
Okay, I now understand. I now appreciate the mood with which you feel.
It is sad. It is sad. I have pregnant women in my constituency. He is worried about sending his constituents to go and watch ball in America. I am worried about making sure that pregnant women in my constituency and children under 5 in my constituency don't die and that they are alive to watch the World Cup even if it's on TV.
If President Mahama becomes president January 2025 and the first budget is read, which will be sometime in March of 2025, and the budget doesn't announce a scrapping of CST, Miss Sam George, I would attack President Mahama on it.
Must be held solely liable and solely responsible for their destroyed livelihood arising out of their failure to fight Galamsey. Don't rope Mahama in, don't rope the NDC in. We have no responsibility. You have given them a mandate. If I read the constitution well, I hope I get it right, Article 268 thereabout, every mineral resource, including water, is vested in the president. If it's not being managed well, the president must be held solely liable and responsible. And he put his... So Nana Jantuah accept blame of failure, of failing to manage Galamsey. Who issues the licenses? You, and a minister through you. Take responsibility. Take responsibility. And we know I know it's a function of the growing unemployment in the country, but it must be regulated and mining done responsibly. I'm told, and again, a challenge to the media, the amount of gold that leaves Ghana, what we account for at our port, and what is accounted for abroad, exceeds what is accounted for in our borders here.
Galamsey course say omunyina edin Sam George na nia brown the DSTV no woko ho no
Samidowuna, why is DSTV collecting CST? That's a question for the GRA. The GRA is the one who collects CST. So I'll share the GRA Commissioner General's number with you. I mean, and then the biggest one I think was the multi-choice issue, where we've given them up to the 7th of August to either reduce their prices or will suspend their operating license in Ghana. They cannot continue to fleece the Ghanaian people. This is in the interest of the Ghanaian people.
Sango for more heaven. I say omo kun DSTV ho ayenti omo kan bi mu. Ade omo kan so mbe yankasa ne enti omo kan e no my business mu no omo di. Ene Galamsey for say kan kire mo say. Se mo so omo nja Galamsey do omo bokoro no. Ade enti ya because mo na mo ka kire wo mo. Some ba mo tuni yie pa se mo ba mo so so munja Galamsey no o mo so mo nkodi die
se o ma yo ma dwen se o mo ba enna mi gina manim na meka o man mu nyina obi ahwema ni mama wo ko na meka sa kire o kemanim yie na mom no ye post ma ye no eno nkire se ye ntena fie ndidi o se mo se nya Galamsey ni dia an roba na ye be start with the minister himself Manson Kwanta this assembly o ye ko wi a wo mo ka district fund na ba educational fund NSA fence enema ska say the ball mine bra no say ba office wa we know the right time man started the ba you wa ko see omaje is some pen sade a and omo for the right uniform and family platform no mo ne yemeko enye sade a we are here we are waiting for them if they are man we are man to wait them out
we on phone sir no ahwe wo de akwon kwa kine pe we started 2 Galamsey say nyene esenka wonye sika atu botum adentina afi na akobokoro no kwai one ye beso omuni ache wo na captain Wokachuku wanzam smart is na say wo frɛ MPs na omomfa o frɛ ministers omomfa emi senti na ma akwa ne buafu
obi yosoafo sese ya time na no wo position no wo frɛ Nana Jantuah obenya no e wo mu sese obi oye minister no wo frɛ Nana Jantuah sese ya wonya no obi tese okuja to he's always on the run yeah onam ama kofi bua sei onam nwuram yeah won aka ne nam obi e ne nam nti enim sɛ wo yosoafo a ye nyemra bia na sesi ni ye frɛ wa agibenya ho na nso nya ho nto boase sɛ wo ye MP na wo say minister you go back to them
asem no nyina no
oh you go back to them
etu nim sɛ dey esi orphan constituencies ni kura de o executives no o form ya hwe orphan constituencies no se ba bi say Ashanti region Asante Mampo ne o form ya hwe because after all obepede hwe
Ashanti the t-shirt pen hepe
na ma competent smart bofu no afero o se NDC for ne ye Galamsey no wa start e bo machi no because they were from mo mfa.
I said don't get about state of emergency meboa Sam George you care about state of emergency me daka me kan akufa the time me daka obi asro state of emergency adinta NDC from 24 to Galamsey. Go to the various constituencies and check the general secretary, the secretaries, the chairman, the women organizers. When we not to Galamsey, you think we don't know? We know. We know. As a DC, our particular district, MC, our particular municipal assembly, MC, our particular metropolitan assembly. Na ye to Galamsey wo ho, na ye ntimi stop here. Na DC, you know, MC, you know. No almost so fast one is saying. Tell me. Shemo TV no suna kacha ne. Kanda pa me wofa, me medi wechi campaign ama mo wedi MP. Medi wechi kanda pa all the dirty jobs me na me ye. Kanda pa to me yeswa me be che me we yi ase. All because me ka Galamsey asem. Bisa kanda pa, he me sinya me betua wo nyina aka. Eti sakufa do yamamofo. Na wagye atum wo na ban mu se. Yenkotu Galamsey e wo ye kwaye na ye bo ho ban ni mu a. Adetira attorney general we na ye the chairman. The committee on subsidiary legislation. On table Sergeant or Parliament say you repeal that law. I want the president to be bold enough. Your Excellency John Mahama, with all due respect to you as my president. Old man, my attorney general and Sanfanko Parliament. May you repeal this Amrano and when the Bama Memenya GDS say John Mahama may more person fighting Galamsey. Otherwise, won't be fighting. I'm telling you. Attorney General when not so on the G2 say enko to gold. Enko to Galamsey. I will acquire him and not what the Attorney General. Meanwhile, that time no your chairman could on your Attorney General. And then we Attorney General. Me catch them plane. Me say Attorney General we. Don't me more buying we man fighting Galamsey. I know what I'm talking about. And I buy way and Casano to one on your ready so I fight Galamsey. I am a Ghana for so me kind of natural plane. Your Excellency, you see, meeting the CSOs. Mahama, I love you, I like you. But the most important thing is that it is not about just the meetings. We want to see action. Hey, Peter, Soja ni na oda anti-Galamsey fight na no your friend Boa or a colonel of the Ghana Armed Forces. Yay. Or Chinkrofo the woman call police station here Jawon. Somebody should come and sit and tell me that what I'm saying is not true. Or Ghana for kwa dia near the woman kugum. Or China for not the woman kwa near Jawon. It's China need to nya kukuduro. China ni otwinya kukuduro. Producer, I am sending it to you. I had a car someone uncle for say ya boy trim ena ye ka nti I said na China ni na twinya kukuduro afa 1.5 million Ghana cedis e dia kwa wura soja ni no office bisanse sa China ni no ma ye che ne ko no he ye ja no o si o Who's it? Oh, Yajano. Me send I'm a producer. I'm an abo. I'm one. Maybe I watching you say. Me tehana me bo me trim and I make catch now. You do baby a ho. As I say, yenya kasa ye a mindful no yet say. There were national issues. There were national issues. Say, I'm no say. time na yɛse ɔman yɛnyɛ mmara na afei yɛmfa nyɛ Galamsey ɛwɔ yɛ kwayem yɛntumu gold no baakyɛw saa mmara no bɛba no na yɛ attorney general wei ɛna na ɔda no ɛna ɔgye tum the Committee on Subsidiary Legislation. It was chaired by him. Attorney General we say yenko tu Galamsey awe ye kwayem tamana Akufo-Addo wa ban mu no ono na tena so mo gitum parliament publish it ne part so omo de ba me ye be ma o me catch now me say one fa sa subsidiary legislation committee no one publish committee no a report no so omo de ba na ayeni o kasa on peneswa me catch them say Attorney General I am sorry, but until then he was the chairman of that committee. Ejitu mu say John Mahama Attorney General no on ejitu mu say as the chairperson see enko to Galamsey e Ghana yekwayem. Why is he not repealing that law? Why is he quiet about it? Yeah, bring the Attorney General's picture. Let everybody see him. You think we are in this country to joke? Me, I'm not a joker. Me, a Kofi Ghana. Me, Kofi Jumau. No, my joke, my jokey. Me, to interpret moka. This Attorney General was the chairman of that committee. I G2 we say, yenko to Galamsey where you if Mahama says he wants to fight Galamsey, why are they not repealing that law? If this Attorney General was there addressing the CSOs, say Galamsey a big national issue, why are they not repealing that law?
Dinkomo we anso ha o eno san kwatena Onua FM omu radio no so esan akoto aso
to Galamsey
and president president ankasa no won say owo niema kese bi okekaye into attention nyina was niema kese so big boost, big 24 big push 24-hour economy and kokon keten
project
and then niema bia president nankasa kan yes say no beyo no
that's true.
Mahama attention no ho and the ministers no so far super president head into omomwa no and some Mahama started pam ministers now by November
asma last year kan ha no
as so pam wo ministers now wo ho sesia no wo are aligned. They are not working. I'm telling you, they are not working.
Yeah,
the ministers are not working.
They are pretending to be working.
I didn't know where to o. They don't know.
Ne kasa nko kasa bi. One kasa. Apart from Sam George, one kasa.
O se Sam kasa pa.
Apart from Sam George, one kasa.
Ondo kasa pa.
And as we speak, ministers ni na aligned. Obi episode the president.
And no, because they were declaring intention.
What you say? So, say we a minister of state. Na adwuma esesa we yo no. Wunyoy. But when I'm here, a campaign say Ube succeeding Mahama. What are you telling the people of this country?
I don't mean if you don't put in way. Simple.
Number 2. DC is now one. Local government for Mamma no Madonna town or MMDC.
Yes.
Yeah, MPP na de buy you. It is the first of its kind in this country. The enemy say we did DC, we did na ko Mahama bedi president no what share the level of governance and say yeah dwuma wo man. It's Mahama here ministers we action oriented, not talk oriented. Now oboano. Well said this is to papa.
Mame no probi pa.
Mame no or your party member.
O probi pa.
This also a party member.
O party be ni minimum.
Ko bisa na so be hu so ni afa ho mo
o probi pa.
Na NDC DC ya NDC DC ya onim ne MPD wa bro fi voter region
to Okachukwu se ofren ko follow mumfa tia mi se nuti na ma Okachukwu buafu no Anyway, the work can no credit nti mobɛyɛ ne den NDC for Nana Jantuah so wasɛm de ma mo waka ho asɛm tam ano mo wa abɔnten mobɛwura mu wɔse wo hu hwee ɔbɛkɔ so aka ho asɛm
who say multimedia the documentary bi by a friend Dear Mahama na sa Dear Mahama no the picture bi ene to so na picture no do onu ni din ene de ato Galamsey eso into one who Dear Mahama stop Galamsey now na eno ye documentary bi a multimedia ye tie pa na ebaye no well the good thing is say Honorable Frank Amwakohene Doctor Regional Minister of Ashanti Region Miankasa Minia ene raise say oh na dentini ye de yera John Mahama picture mom and ato so ye documentary no na osusu say yera John Dramani Mahama obon homoden efa saa enioma no ho enti picture na ye use ne de emboa enti ha adwen now picture we near the ato so mpacho over Facebook ye de saa picture no e na ato so Jeff pe Nana Akufo-Addo de no ema me pe Nana Akufo-Addo de no ema me nso enti brabesha picture first picture ye di kan e de to so na saa first picture na ye de to so no a joint news feature series Dear Mahama any de picture atoso na joint for ne de toso no yera Frank Amwakohene o say oh picture we there na ni kwan say ne saa na ni kwan say de to ne so na it's a hard dream of course multimedia for no asesa no but muntie ha multimedia for a joy for assessa picture no. But I don't see anything wrong with the picture. Miana Miniane Frank Amwakohene, you know my position. But I disagree with Minia Regional Minister. Now I don't even see why I wasn't joining so we use our picture. No. The picture should have been there. I disagree, say multimedia, joy news. Almost a picture now. You did John Dramani Mahama atoso no. I disagree. I was say the picture no to so. Nanka why ni emfa the picture to so. Ah, Minia Regional Minister Frank Amwakohene, why ni emfa the picture to so. I was say the John Mahama president the picture no to so. And the picture no dey okay and one and no pay me use. I mean, my tuna has said, na picture we crowd do man yadi. I wasn't comedy AI. President John Mahama ne cabinet no na cabinet no insuo sa river tunnel ne nasefo. Sa AI ne meye AI a President John Mahama omuti cabinet no insuo no mu no river tunnel wa ha, river ayensu wa ha, river hwan wa ha. Ah, enti Minia Regional Minister na me bo yem. Me say, of course, Joy News and na me instead of me mayor fufro. Me din President John Mahama take cabinet. A river tunnel ni river plan ni nasefo omu jine mu. Be share Facebook 2019. I want you to get the other picture so the omu ya de to so man no. I want you to me person NDC for a picture of Nana Akufo-Addo. We crowd they say the John Mahama din abakama ne nima efe kama. We dey ye Nana Akufo-Addo ye tutu na nima Galamsey enim. Please get me that photo. The only thing they say Minia Frank Amwakohene Regional Minister sebi anya te say standogwa or dey a hantan didi obi atem no. Or can ye disagree and I respect that. The good thing they say anya te say standogwa di ankobeka se yajimi jimimpo. But at least Regional Minister does say he disagrees, and that is perfect. Yet he say, and ama joy for assessa omude me edit and come in sesano. So I'm using this Dear Mahama picture we are coming soon. Ah, dear ni anye Nana Akufo-Addo wa hawa Galamsey ho. mu bi kra de ya bompa hwe de Nana Akufo-Addo NDC for. What did you say about that? I hate hypocrisy. Sanya twom no yenyai. As a 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. Hwe de wo ye Nana Akufo-Addo bra Facebook na be he. NDC for joy for adetina mu yesa. Do you think say John Mahama president respectfully or a demigod na? Onya demigod do. Onya bosom. You create bosom from people and it messes up. Your picture way ye cry joy cry there ye President Mahama nim ye. Hwe the NDC for mu ye no. Mutu tu Nana Akufo-Addo enim de Galamsey. That one was okay. Mu use the campaign. Mu use way Nana Akufo-Addo face way second of Galamsey. Yen na ya support say on fight Galamsey. You were using this picture and this form and ya breno. Satan no mumu say na kan asem no. Nana Akufo-Addo ye this picture way ye no. Mumu say na NDC for pen na kan say e nsem cho for mamu nyusu and say oh oye panyi NDC ni ben. Mu de mon dem mu obi show say ye use sa picture way NDC ni bi ka say Joy FM multimedia insure FM my nyusu sa picture no. You see, those things in the moment we create a demigod from people, we create a demigod. And to once have a channel, and then a mayo muya hantai no. The moment a moon is a president and canasem no, and then a bunch of Benini and canasem no ya hantai. What is it about, especially the president? Yentimi Yusunanim. Constitution, why there was Oshe? Yankinka is Adian Wahada. Constitution, why not a good year no hassle? Say nano ye kase me nano on the platform me bot say because I will never forgive Nana Akufo-Addo. So wa ma yenso aye brown man kan wa ha many am breed bia on MPP say Nana Akufo-Addo wa share Galamsey na asay na de ntini ntimi kan che ye wura John Mahama say ono so share Galamsey na ekoso. What is it about John Mahama that we cannot talk about it in terms of Galamsey? And honestly, I don't see why Joy FM was a muyi. Na me enter me use we no. Dear, we are me use. Me and no. Regional minister, me and I'm different, but I also disagree. Honestly, then you can say multimedia. I was say yani we crowd do my idea. Also come to tune ni bi. I was a cabinet ni na ya din su fi ni bi si wo. Pay rastos the enemy. Pay rastos the enemy. Yes. No, what's the son? Okuje to ablakwa nanu okuje to ablakwa na okuta saade no cabinet okuta insufi na Joy FM ye twitwa no eno na nam use the campaign ni ye de na Akufo-Addo no. You see, I hate it. We need to stop that hypocrisy. Say John Mahama dia mayenka there be nanu be the same thing na mekan say na Akufo-Addo mayenka John Mahama dia maybe me kasa de John Mahama onye nipa because it was a time I said Nana Akufo-Addo be biano. It was okay in the sight of MPP. It was okay when we are criticizing Nana Akufo-Addo. It was okay, but all of a sudden the moment you touch John Mahama, hey, stomach journalist, hey, President John Mahama, for Christ sake, he's serving us, and I want to the pe and obey na ni tiri kra ye kwa broche na hwe cartoonist ni bi de ye o mu left and right yeti krom ha yeti kroma mu ebrade nyakopo hwe okuje to ablakwa e na o display sa de wi okuje to ablakwa me yankasa me ni okuje to ablakwa sa bre no e na o display sa de wu na akotwa ye enjoy FM for Irasto sasari don ko ne kosesa insuo no river oda river hwanhwan river yensu river nyina enana yewra okuje to ablak at that time parliament all display bra Facebook na behe samre ne de ne ye de ye samre na ne kase na Akufo-Addo e na Galamsey no ono utu se na Akufo-Addo wate asime ehunu nsuo no NDC for namu ye we anamu de campaign e boy abaso no samre na namu use ye documentary any ye pictures yewra okuje to ablakwa ekuta bi no samre mi busa se samre na Akufo-Addo ote se otu Galamsey makatem se Ghana nyamu de Ghana nya NDC ni MPP de we are not going to allow you akwenya enti so hunya akwenya na wo suma de ye pebia ye be President John Mahama de ye pebia ye ne ye tua ne ka ye ne to ne boxer shorts ma no ye ne to ne singlet ma no ni shoe ni milo a wonom ye ne tomano de pen obeye enya de no pen obeye and now you full soldier you don't care enya wo de wo person o kire ne wo se ye ma wo obi anka nche so me president obi anka nche president nya by force sa wo do ho ba wo do ho aba munya nya atwom no. Yes, President John Mahama airborne homodin. But ye pese ade no etu ase enya te say wo born homodin o. Because Galamsey every day nipa, in fact every minute obi nya kidney problem, every minute obi nya liver problem, obi nya cancer. Enti enya te say ye twen there be ye be sini hune so akopim say ye better say afi de ye flash all the Galamsey out. Na ye nso ne protect it. Damre na no kuje to black white display so no. NDC for ben can say, oh, enya fedie honorable mo ye munyai. Samre no me bana me be kekemu egu na na kufa do ni MPP so na bon sem akwedo kan krepa adwuma na no oye no. Na ka say Galamsey, me makacho say Galamsey no so wo ye obi oye Galamsey ana baya won solve no me no unye free. When it comes to issues of Galamsey, opa ye den when it comes to issues of destroying the water, I will not allow you. Menche mount ya bro ya bre me say san so we munye editing ni ma mo amutimi editing no monfa President John Mahama ni tintua so na onkuta san so no na mun display moma cabinet no metwa cabinet no monfa nso ni bi nsi so maye AI monfa nye ni enka dear John Mahama koma stop Galamsey now ye be use President John Mahama ni pictures aye bibia when it comes to Galamsey. Me and Aminiane Frankamo, but I disagree with him. And in fact, I disagree with Joy FM. Me platform, me disagree. Say, muyi picture no because what is pressure? Pressure. Oh, my full soldiers a dictate amount. Pressure. Have you forgotten our job? Chapter 12 of the Constitution, the DNA. Kind Constitution, chapter 12. Or say every day, hold the government accountable to the people. It is our mandate, constitutional rights. Manamoya na ma kreti demigod afeni enkasana so mudi yanye yesuro Debbie. For soldiers is part of the organized flak. Means our project my it's part of psychology. They ye penkophobia no ma be attack you na fe we yam hihyew Debbie. Ye pa Ghana 9 people for nyina agada kra mfa na NDC mo pa mo mra emfa. Yebeji Ghana esi ho. Mekan chapter 12 kakra bi achiro. Freedom and independence of the press. Amu no answer mu yesi ya no bi eye de ope. Article chapter 12 of the Constitution. Freedom and independence of the media is hereby guaranteed. Okaya. I say 5 no. 1625. Or say all agencies of the mass media shall at all times be free to uphold the principles, provisions, and objectives of this Constitution, and shall uphold the responsibility and accountability of the government to the people of Ghana. Article 162, clause 5. Go and read it. Yeah, Jumani say at all times, yeah, John Mahama, and you can so home. Because me mama na kufa do ahome etimi ma John Mahama so home. I'm not forcing you to listen to me. Now me ka MP before say nya force tie me. Into NDC ni na unya happy a ko tie de omu be ka bibia ma me ntra because NDC one PP.
Blue water guard for you almost say omu kwahwehwe Galamsey site ni ade abna e ma na omu wom na omu nyenyi mu. I'm not exaggerating. I have a report on this like that. Galamsey for no Mahama. After why American no serious issue. Sika na efra from. Now what Galamsey guys here will say oko Galamsey guy aba okite sika. The omo futuro sa no omo tade na omo cha very expensive. I have friends like that. So I know how omo life start here. Don't Galamsey yes ne minus na omo busika omo bobo omo osiketu blue water gas no siketu and omo ne sisi blue water gas no omo ne girls na woman no friendly and go and look into what I'm saying.
You said you have a report, I'll take it. I'll take it.
And yes, I report. They call and they tell me. Me work come to Galamsey side be brave or no. They call. Omo influence girls no. Enti ya best Mahama. Mama mani nko ho. Ya man no. The Galamsey yes ni bi.
One no if they are in a relationship. A burden wakwa koma hint across any person me say ye. Galamsey nti or both security agencies na man.
And that's exactly my point. Okwa chimpana.
Okay,
what you say? Empana no so no. Sikenti na okwa chimpana. Na sika no me ye blue water guard na ketua na so many. Na menya obi a month. Last year akwala bi ba out. O se na nado. Me boy e dey o se boso me o ma me 500 Ghana. Obetumi ama me satika. Nti ye ma ye kwa ho ya nti Mahama. E ma na mo de o ma to blue water guard no. I don't think it's to me no say Juma it is fake to them.
Look at it.
It's fake to them. Meaning say Juma but say
education not to do that. But I say if it's
I'll fight Galamsey in 2 weeks. I'll use AI to fight Galamsey. We will go after the kingpins of the Galamsey. We will go and register all excavators. Now we're saying that winning the Galamsey fight will demand a very big budget. It's very well understand. It's very understandable now. I mean, you downplayed the role. Some of your officials said the things that they couldn't have done. Now you are running away from the very things that you propose, among which included, issuing a state of emergency, among a host of others. But if you are shifting the goalposts, I mean, it is for your legacy and it's for your reputation. This afternoon, I think the president closed their IPR conference, and then he was saying that we need a lot of conversation, we need a lot of communication. We've gone beyond that. The communication, the conversation, and that people should open up. And I cannot but doff out my heart to this gentleman, Ashigbe Kennedy Ashigbe, the CEO of the Chamber of Mines. Completely agree with everything he said. You have a scientist at the presidency, go and do a presentation and create an impression that the water turbidity levels are better. When we have moved from 14,000 to 98,000, rather than use the proper metrics of the water quality index to do assessment of what we are drinking, the guy blew it down and said that everything was fine. It was good that Ashigbe questioned him. Ashigbe is asking a clearly cut out. You said there's going to be a fast track court. What are the deadlines? What are the deadlines? What are the granular KPIs that the people must hold you on to? You know, and I knew they thought they could bring the CSOs for them to sing their praise. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that wasn't going to happen. Because even before the election, the CSOs sent a statement for you, the presidential candidate, to sign, among which included the issuance of a state of emergency. So for you to now shift the goalposts and then create an impression as though there has not been any proper system, we are all completely oblivious of how to solve the issue, that is for your reputation. But as we talk about, you cannot deceive the people all the time. And I could see the anger, I could see the vexation in the voice of Kena Ashikwe as he asked the question. There are so many things this government said, and they've acted completely differently as they had the power. Of course, there are political dimensions which will take a lot of political will in fighting, but they don't, obviously. Now the president is telling us we need a lot of millions, a lot of money, big budget to fight Galamsey. When you were telling us your predecessor was complacent, for which reason he couldn't fight it. What has changed in 9 months? What has changed? When people from your camp said that you could fight this in 2 weeks, what has changed? It's for your reputation, it's for your credibility, and it's for your integrity. I mean, generation yet unborn will have to see your statement, and that's why some of us keep writing, some of us keep doing videos, so that all of us will see who actually is committed to the fight. Now, Nado said, I'll put my presidency on the line, and he actually paid for it. What are you putting on the line? Speeches, let the good people of Ghana judge. My name is Koba P. Share, comment, and buy my books. All that I call buy my books. I'm here to market more. I've distributed a lot today by buying my books to support the movement. Thank you so much.
I also told that the politics don't change. We're dealing with the issue. The fact that say what Bermuda doesn't mean say you should support everything that is happening. I spoke against Galamsey under my government. I am happy to we invite CES also. So momra no form adwen kiremra. But questions o mu bi say street ni so ne say na mampani nim say CES also no wonim de e na no mo call for state of emergency in opposition no. No nim say CES also no wonim de e. And one introduce CES also no ama ban ba ko na mo mo say aban declare state of emergency. Abna ba bia bedun si and declare state of emergency a oman no ye be kwa akobọ no ofe yase. Mikrom sante atim dwaso wonim ho wonam kumase kwan so da bia mikrom sante atim dwaso efiri se yete Ghana nya independence eja toto breso anaga yi go coast no yentu mining wo hoda 9 months in government mama licenses so bi mira ho mining okuta prospecting licenses I don't hear emaburu na sorry ye chetu o mafamo every krom ho
and just go and mine.
Okay, so let me tell you the reason why I'm saying this. Mahama is here, so be truthful. All my two Galamsey ni nyina kuta prospecting licenses.
But it's illegal.
It's illegal, yes.
Because the prospecting
no, the proper prospecting. You first excavator and the prospecting. Yeah, the machines. But the reality on the ground, no, prospecting the excavator na because yeah, I am telling you, me, I've gone to mining sites and then maintain crime America. Prospecting a person, you know, yeah, the excavators in the air. Me kuro mu also the American. Do about prospecting the excavator by the Pamono. And then they say they don't know. We know. So what my mom license for prospecting, you know, because they are not large scale miners. Small scale miners, no need that kind of strength or the quarter machines, you know, and they are detecting gold. And to a corner two from no Koshia rock. And the funny thing is that I'm not getting this as a corner or two gold in Obey. I'm a boy buying a man and say, I found my won't be to move my license. Obey. This is a near solve problem. No,
okay,
no, free home. Air time, a sale of mine or mine dancing, and the idea to a day to preno. Abna him nyame bai wa dom o mai ba benyinyi na afi wo kwako si obi a na ni gine wo ko na Galamsey asai ne nsa Galamsey na asai na gene na ba akofo nipa miensa kakra bi na edidi e on Galamsey ne ho ye nyina ye nsori ne mfa politics ne nto nchen na ye nkokon no ma ne nyeyi ahemfomfo mo ho nyim opinion leaders inform ho nyim na mo nyai sa ahemfo ni bi nso gigi sika e o minus ne ho e ma o mo nsase. I'm not careful for the next 20 years. The cost 20 years, 10 years time. No, Ghana you cocoa back export it because you're trading in a good to Galamsey. Okay. Because cocoa farmer no, I believe what transfer of the cocoa now the next 20 years. Sika will be a bad man and that's what the assassin to Galamsey. Oh no. What do cocoa bear 25 years in 100,000 that
oh video be a papa was so no
yes
what do cocoa a dine went me and CB o try no cocoa to Galamsey
was it dying
yes
and these are the realities not here pushing Crawford to one that kind of illegal friend say business in him oh man sorry maybe they feel say sir a friend say military zone say green belt na ye declare forest no it's not enough. You bet me I am an year. Said ye, so back I am 2019 Mampani Akufo-Addo de a total ban at all mining so no. Nega Galamsey mining in general. Or the total ban, yen so need anything you. Because that time and that's how you mine and also come na do kwa kwa yeduma. So the phone in a boat to ku a one ape.
Yes, I say.
Me ba ho to bo ase me nyamu musuban ni bi. Me nyamu suban ni bi.
E dey suban.
Or the total ban neto so no in so anything ye you lift a ban no and a jinsamo a jinsam jintre.
So why do you lift?
And nothing you lift ya Ghana for 2 abeti ayen someone sanfa ban nemra
Faban no to so.
Anya ayu honorable ayu no ka say mo mba ne so.
Ghana for to abeti aye. Massively.
Making away so we are
mitie o. Asema American so Ghana for pe. Ya de wo yi.
No, so you enough time. Me enough time.
I say a house here no many.
No.
The good thing is that Ghana for nyina sorry. Nien kan chairman penny say won't declare total ban on mining. Okay. Make sure say yensu ni nyina ate. Anything we are afei sa security zones na wo ye no obetimi aye. River body so ko ho a esu tenkel. Ade we ye ja ma China for abedin semu no mam. Utimi go China.
Nana meda fesi mame ai.
Medisi no.
Oh.
Medisi no. Dia medi jam kwan nyina ne say mampani declare state of emergency on mining.
Okay.
Ubet machire wadwe amame. Ewo comment section. Aha ipenya block media.
Abusia Galamsey. Ito metimejai. Fuko se kontomere kromu ntimi ndi o. Enu baya ye no wofuo mu ni ade ade sisa enu no mo di tu Galamsey na se no. Enya ade o metimedi kura bi. Na Galamsey o metimejai ni.
Still on illegal mining, poisoned food, poisoned water, and a poisoned air. That's what Ghanaians are gleefully consuming as the ravages of illegal mining destroys not just lands and vegetation cover, but now human lives. The latest evidence of the full extent of harmful activities of illegal mining is causing has been captured in a mercury and other heavy metals impact assessment report. The report, which spans August 2024 to September of this year, has revealed alarming levels of mercury concentration along with lead and other harmful chemicals. My colleague Martin is on the magic wall with a breakdown of some of the findings, and this is certainly alarming.
Very alarming and quite shocking. In fact, when the report came out, bits and pieces, people started asking questions. Does that mean that the food you're going to buy from the market tomorrow and going forward, is it safe? Can you consume it? But let's look at the details of what exactly was captured in the report. And this was actually conducted by the Environmental Protection, the EPA, and also Pure Earth. Now, they decided to go to a number of regions and then test both the soil, the air, and water, and they've come out with some really shocking revelations. So we'll take you through them briefly. In specific areas around the Ashanti region, they went to some communities. One of them also, we'll mention the location and then what exactly was tested. We'll look at what components were found, what bad components were found in either water, soil, or food item, the concentration level, what the threshold should do, the acceptable level, and then the excess that they found in these research that they did. So they started from Konongo Zongo, which is in the Ashanti region. They tested the soil there. What they found in it was mercury, and they found that instead of the soil having a minimum of 10 parts per million, that's a ppm, 10 parts per million in the soil, they found in excess of 1,342 parts per million. That is 13,000% and more of mercury in soils in and around the Konongo area. Konongo, Dumase, same thing. They tested the soil. They realized that instead of the 10 ppm, they found 909 ppm. We have over 9,000% of mercury, a very dangerous substance in the soil that was tested. Then Esiakwa, this time the eastern region, they tested the water there. Water was polluted with mercury. And instead of 0.001 milligrams per liter, they got 0.01 milligrams per liter, and that's about 900%. So that, again, tells you the concentration of mercury in the water in and around the eastern region. Wasa Kenyako, western region, they went to Konongo Zongo, Akwaboso, and then pumpkin leaves was what they've tested in the western north area. Now, in various places, they tested the air, they tested fish. From Konongo Zongo, for instance, they tried the fish as well. They realized that the fish had lead in it, and this is what was expected, 0.3 milligrams per kilogram. They had between 1.7 to 2.8 milligrams per kilogram, excess of about 800% plus of lead in the fish that was found in Konongozongo. They bought a number of food items in Western North. They tested it and realized that there was lead in some of the food items that they purchased, and specifically within vegetables, we are told that you can get about just 0.1 milligrams per kilogram of lead in it. That is scientifically accepted. However, they found about 3.1 milligrams per kilogram in some of the food items they've tested in the Western North region, excess of about 3,000 plus, and when you come to the areas in and around the Ankobra River, specifically Nyamebechre, they tested the water there and saw that arsenic, another very dangerous substance, was in the water. The allowable threshold should be just about 0.01 milligrams per liter, but they got 3.30 milligrams per liter, about 32,000 plus excess of arsenic in the water that the people are drinking. So it tells you that the conversation about Galamsey and its impact is very, very real to many people. And so they found generally that mercury was high in soils at Konongozongo and Odumasi, dangerously high in the air at Wasa Kenyako, water exceedance up to about 900%. For lead, it was widespread in areas around Esiakwa, up to about 9,600% above limit, and food crops, pumpkin leaves, for instance, they had in excess of 3,000 plus. Arsenic, clearly around Konongozongo, again, they realized that water bodies there, fish and other food items were also heavily contaminated. So it raises the concern about how quickly we need to put measures in place to slow this. Otherwise, the next food you probably may be buying in the market.
How to use the laser home kit. First, apply the gel directly to the tooth surface as demonstrated on the video. Second, connect the light to your phone using the USB provided. Leave the light shining on your teeth for 16 minutes. Fourth, rinse your mouth and the mouthpiece with water, cold water. And lastly, smile. Using the toothpaste separately. Brush twice daily with the toothpaste. Bear in mind, this product is not suitable for pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers, and children under 18 years old. Enjoy!
I am Bushafo. So we pair a sifita structure of the and the enough for Hokodom unique laser whiten. Any tea stains, coffee stains, smoking stains to be a unique laser whitening product. Ebe yini nyina free summer come. The oyan is so befraying. I was 079-9979-2330. Unique laser whitening or say Muni Seso.
Unique. Aboni fonti. I was so no bambo here. Na me papa mu de. Pro Technologies. And me come from my Ane Pro Technologies. We are specialized in both sales and installation of CCTV cameras. Yes, on ESA install CCTV cameras in the Sour Ghana and NASA brochure. Now fear Ghana. Now beso CCTV camera installation. We need Pro Technologies. And in Sawaso. We CCTV camera installation, electric fence, automated gate, access control, video doorbell, and our intercom, and our satellite TV, home theater, so pebiato, and our water, and our PCB install them out. Pro Technologies. And our software. National so. Say fidye nyina from America bochime ndi sene papam na opedia menwene ho na ne boanso da form ne general construction so pese si ufie di mawo say ya bansoro dentia so wa hyase na pese ewie di bawo ana afa na pese si di mawo no woni en eminsa woso ne de wo mu ne se ye no nyina ne wa bochime mu ha ene branch e wa Ghana na eni mo bra wo bre ndi so sika fa ensem a sro bia nim wo dad da e dey bi apese osi play bia. And when she saw here solar power, and a bamba wants and send the idea. Only Pro Technologies, and Miss Awoso, ye smart home, a buy from video your person show fee, and now intercom, a bihujuma, and yes, sensory interior decoration, yes, you feel a mount, and now was you fee, now persist, hold the mawo, say a your office, ye big travel neat, near your car tracker, and a GPS, I'll bet media track your car, be a car and beer, I'll bet my hair, a wolf phone so, and register what phone for the now who can first install it, and now the settings, ye bay, Eddie. Ghana. Your Ghana office ewo Ashie, Adenta Dodoa Road, Yane CBG, and the DNMShe. For information or WhatsApp +1 401 7570 300 and +1 401 6992 254. Pro Technologies. Customer satisfaction is our topmost priority.